things that happened yesterday, and then we're going to talk about France. Okay? First thing that happened yesterday is we may have had 8 or 10 blackouts. So I haven't watched any of the videos on YouTube until I got home last night, and then I went to sleep because I walked miles to get a load from my phone. So that video is a 1-minute video I did about the great benefits of having a 7-Eleven about a mile, little over a mile from my house. So I'm going to tell you people about living in the Philippines. We often have blackouts, and in 51 minutes from now, we're going to have a until 4 p.m. And you can check out whether your area is going to have a blackout by going to Facebook and checking Bohico Electric. And on my island, it's Boheco, Bohico Electric 2. That's what you look up. And then on that site, sometimes it will have, there's going to be a blackout and what day. Typically, it's Saturday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. But today's blackout is different. I'll show it to you. Today's blackout is a notice of interruption. And this is the Bohico Electric Bohico 2. I'm going to zoom in on that. I just want to give you people some information. So you go, if you're in Panglao, it's Bohico 2. And then it's power interruption schedule. And then the notice of the power interruption is going to be, it tells you what barangays are going to be a blackout on September 23rd, which is today. So we're going to have a blackout from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. However, yesterday, not only did we have a blackout around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but we lost the internet also for my phone with a load, which was going to expire shortly anyway. So on this website, it will say, to facilitate wire stringing of 3-phase distribution line conversion, they're going to have a blackout for 9 hours on September 23rd. Okay, so what happened yesterday, and this is normal in the Philippines, is that we had a blackout, then the power came back on, then the router went off, and then came back on, and then I had internet at, say, 2 o'clock. Then at 2:10, we had a blackout, the internet went off again. I said, you know what? My load's going to expire. Let me go up the street and get a load. So I went up the block, it's like 1,000 feet. They had no load up the block. So I said, well, you know what? I need to get some exercise anyway. I'll walk to Poblacion, which is 1 mile, exactly 1 mile. So I walked to the load store in Poblacion. She's not there. The store is there. The store is open. There is a booth right next door to 7-Eleven. It's in their parking lot. She's not there. So I wait 10 minutes. The guard is watching me because I'm outside the store, but he's watching the store for the lady. So I walk over to the guard and I said, do you know where the lady went? No, sir. Oh, wait a minute. You're the guard for the store, but you don't know where she went. No, sir. Okay, that's typical. She probably went to the bathroom. So about 10 minutes later, about 10 minutes total time, 15 minutes, she came back and she says, what number would you like, sir? So I give her the number. What load would you like? I give her the load. I want a 99 gig load. So may I see your phone? And she takes the phone and she looks up the number. And then the lady says to me, okay, this is the number. And she shows me the number. And I said, yes, that's the number. I agree. And she puts the number in. Oh, sir, there's a problem. A problem with the phone, a problem with the load, a problem with the internet. What is the problem? Sir, we cannot give you a load at this time. Can you come back later? Now, I've already been to one store who said they have no internet. So I said to the lady, come back later. When would you like me to come back? Later, sir. Anytime you like. So I said, this is what you got to get used to when you live in the Philippines. Come back later. And then later, the internet will be back on. So I asked her 3 questions. Can you tell me if you had internet service 1 hour ago? No, sir. We did not have internet 1 hour ago, because that's when I left my house, about an hour before that. Okay, did you have internet 2 hours ago? Maybe, sir. Maybe yes or maybe no. Maybe we had internet. Okay, so we're done at the little store. Can you tell me another store that might have internet? Yes, sir. The 7-Eleven, which I'm standing in front of. So I walk into the 7-Eleven, and the man behind the counter is where I have gotten loads before. The counter man has a phone. He pushes your number in, he sends you a load. So the same man will work there for 20 years. And I said, sir, do you have a... I said, can you tell me where I can buy a load, sir? And he walks out from behind the counter, very professional, walks over to the kiosk in the 7-Eleven. He says, and he pushes, hey, DNC, thanks for stopping by. He pushes, there's a word on the screen, load. There's a word on the screen, pay Maya. There's a word on the screen, Gcash. There's a word on the screen, pay phone bill. Words on the screen, pay electric bill. Word on the screen, pay internet bill. Or send money. I don't know. I forgot the name of that. And he goes, what would you like? I says, I'd like load. He pushes the word load. Hey, Steve, 25901, please, once again, explain what it means to do that thing, to cold sock, S-O-C-K, cold sock somebody. Steve knows. He's tuned in. He's got his finger on the YouTube pulse. So the man pushes the word load. What networks are smart? He pushes the word smart. Smart comes up on the screen. He pushes the word. He goes, what load would you like? I want a gig of 99. I want the 99 gigaload. He pushes the word gigaload. Is that right, sir? Yes. And he pushes the word continue. 4 buttons. It took 20 seconds at the kiosk. He prints out the receipt. He says, come to the counter. It's 99 pesos. I gave him 100 pesos. And no sooner did I give him the money, the load appeared in my phone. So if you need a load, if there is no internet anywhere, 7-Eleven has a hard wire to Smart and Globe and pay bills. So in other words, 7-Eleven has their own generator, and they have a hard wire to the internet, maybe in Cebu or maybe Manila. I don't know. All I know is that no internet was working in Panglao, but 7-Eleven got me that load, and it took all of 20 seconds to get the load. So that's a big thumbs up for 7-Eleven. Now let's talk about today's topic. France. France did not delete their channel. France did not delete their channel. Here is proof that France did not delete their channel yesterday. ÀLO DEWINTER cannot be blamed for the country of France deleting their channel. So here is proof. Okay, so let's just take this one step at a time. You see what it says down here? Video unavailable. This video is private. Okay, so if we blew this up, if we blow this up, this video, we're going to blow it up. And we're going to look at the number at the top. Okay, we're going to look at the number at the top of the screen. We're going to blow up. Wait, let me reduce the video. This is the video of France where it says the video is private. Let's put it in our mail, which is what I did. And let's continue to blow it up. Okay? Then we're going to go to the top of the screen. We're going to go to the top of the screen, and you're going to see that video link. YouTube.com/watch, !V, Victor equals whiskey, capital Charlie, Roger, Golf, Quebec, Niner, small Alpha, small Sierra 8, small Zulu, and then that's a 0. When you see this 0 is oblong, that's a 0. It's not a no. So what we did here, we're going to go back, is what I did was I copied that link. Okay, so I copied the link. So we're going to close this window out over here. We're going to go back to my mail. And I copied this link. Now, I can't copy it now because I'm going to have to send it. Oh, yeah, okay, I did. Okay, it's not, I thought it was a picture. So I'm going to copy this link right here, which is the link of the last video when France said they were going to delete their channel and there would be no more France videos. No more videos. So that video link is the same. The last 3 digits are 8, small Zulu, big 0. Okay? Or 0. Let's take that link. Let's take that link and copy that link. Now let's take that link over here in the top of the toolbar. Let's open up another page. Let's open up a page at the top. And let's open that and let's paste that link in there. And here's confirmation, 8 Zulu 0. Okay? Now, when we Google that link, when we click OK, and I'm going to click OK, what's going to happen is the page is going to appear. This video is private. Private. The video has not been deleted. The video may be deleted a minute from now, but that was the last video that France published. Now, to confirm, let's go back up to the top. 8 Zulu 0. Video is private. I have tried to explain this to 8 or 10 people how to do this. And I'm also gonna say that there are people, the sausage, something about an island and a sausage guy. He leaves as many comments as Don C. But I'm going to tell you something about Don C. Don C knows how to do what I just did. Don C is computer tech savvy, way more than me. So, but this other guy, the sausage fella, he leaves, Steve with a comment, I'm slow and went to a state school. Steve has got his finger on the pulse of the YouTube community. Now Steve will be the go-to man for whether or not France deleted their channel. So this sausage, name some weird name on it, he leaves 8 or 10 or 12 or 15 or 20 comments a day, sometimes more. So he said, when I look for the channel, it says this channel does not exist. That's true. But it doesn't mean the channel was deleted. The channel is set on private. You're going to get a message that this channel does not exist. France did not delete their channel. And proof of that is I have 30 video links because I'm an avid subscriber to France because, number one, France has the most entertaining videos on the internet, number one. Number two, France has culture. Oh, the culture that France has. They have museums. They have bridges. They have art exhibits going back 600, 700, 800 years ago with sculpture work. And France is one of the greatest countries in the world and the greatest YouTube channel in the world to get information from. France, the channel of France, would never delete itself. What is happening right now with France is that they're going through a transition. They don't know whether or not they're going to be indicted by the International Monetary Fund for not following the instructions. They don't know if Charles Schwab is coming after them because they didn't follow through with their pledges for Ukraine. They don't know any of this information. They don't know if NATO is going to come in and ask them questions about something that happened in another country. So France said, let me out of sight, out of mind. And that's what France did. But France is still watching you watch other videos about France. France is always watching. France has its finger on the pulse. France is everywhere. Somehow France can see all. It kind of reminds me of the all-seeing eye from the Illuminati, but it's not quite that powerful, but not much less powerful either. France is still watching you, watching what you say about France in other people's videos, watching the videos that people put up about France deleting their channel. France is watching you. All right, so let's see what we got here. Jim Alva, the only France could build the Eiffel Tower on a swamp. And that's what happened. Jim Alva has his finger on France. Because if you people remember, the Eiffel Tower was built on a swamp, and the Eiffel Tower started to lean over. And in 1903, the Eiffel Tower was 5.5 degrees off kilter. And what France did is they undermined the Eiffel Tower, which would be an impossible task for when it was built. But then they undermined the Eiffel Tower and poured concrete under there. But they did jack it up a little bit, but they didn't want to jack it up too much to crack the foundation of the Eiffel Tower. They brought it to 3.5 degrees off kilter. So from 5.5 degrees in 1903, because France built the Eiffel Tower in a swamp, the Eiffel Tower started to tip over. So Jim Alva is correct, and I am correct about France and the Eiffel Tower being the Eiffel Tower. So now to make you understand what a swamp is, you can have swampland, and I am an excavation contractor. If you have swampland, could I have prepared the ground before they built the Eiffel Tower. Yes, I could have done that. They could have built the Eiffel Tower on a solid foundation, but it was not. Could I fix an indentation in a road, a swamp, where there was going to be a road built? Could I fix that? Yes, for $2,000 I could fix that. An indentation about 75 feet long and 10 inches deep would take about 1 day, my backhoe that I had in America, and 5 men working with me to fix that indentation where it would no longer be a swamp. But it would cost several $1,000s. It could cost $3,000. I could charge you anything I want because you can't cross over the swampland without the guy from the boat with the rope on sticks, the river Styx. You can't get across. I seen that swamp in person. It's 75 feet long and 9.5 inches deep, but at the bottom of the swamp is 8 inches of quicksand. So if you walk through it, you're going to be this deep in quicksand mud-like product, and then you got 9 inches of water, because I went during the rainy season, which was a year ago today, actually. So I just want to make you aware that France did not delete the channel. Stop giving the great aloe DeWinter credit for something he did not do. I am sure that you people are going to have shows all day about this, but I wanted to be, I thought I was going to be the first, but Blazers, because I was gone all day yesterday and I went to sleep when I got home, I packed a 10.5 pound pack for my exercise program, and I walked about 2.5 miles. So I was tired, I admit it. So aloe DeWinter did not delete France's channel. France did not delete their channel because of aloe DeWinter. But John Blaze, apparently, the great John Blaze, he had his finger on the pulse, and he knew this information before I did the research. But I had the privilege of watching France's last video, and I recorded France's last video from when France came on. Well, let's see what we could get the name of the video. I'll give you the name of it. Okay, the name of the video was, I have it right here. Okay, the name of the video, I'm looking at, you know what, all right, well, I have to look at those words here. It's hard to see it. I got to blow it up. I'm going to have to blow it up. I'm going to zoom it up. Let's zoom it up to 500%. Usually that works. So I'll give you the name of the video that France made yesterday, and then, okay, but that's not working at all. Page down. Okay, let's see. France has more important things to do. France has more important things to do. Yeah, but France had almost, imagine France, Steve 25901. France is not going to remove their channel. France just earned 17,500 subscribers in record time. France has over 6,000 videos of their museums and their historical sites and their wonderful, I think the Louvre, one of the greatest museums, that's one of the places I would want to visit. But in America, in New York, I went to the Guggenheim Museum. Whenever they had a new show, I saw the exhibit from King Tutankhamun's museum. I saw that. I saw Picasso's exhibit. I saw Mozart exhibit. I saw Rembrandt's exhibit, and I also saw the Mona Lisa. I actually saw the real Mona Lisa in the 1970s. They had the Mona Lisa at the Guggenheim Museum in New York City, and that would be a place I would go to about, I don't know, twice a year, 3 times a year. We would go to that. We'd go to the American. In the wintertime in New York, when we were children, maybe 12, 13, 14 years old, in the winter it's cold in New York. We would go to the city and play in the underground subways, or we would go to the Guggenheim Museum. We didn't do any damage. We wanted to see the Guggenheim Museum. I don't know who brought us there. Probably Tommy Schweikert. Tommy was an older fella, or Elmer Civillo. Elmer and Tommy were good friends. They had paper routes together. I had a paper route with Tommy Schweikert and Elmer Civillo back in 1970. I was, 14, 15 years old. So they would bring us, they were 5 years older, they would bring us to the city, and they would bring us to the museum, because that was something that interested them. I was 14, they were 19. So they brought us to places like Central Park to go ice skating on the rink that's in Central Park. I forgot the name of the rink, but the Walden skating rink, I think it was. So they would bring us. So when it was snow and the weekend, or raining and sleet on the weekend, we went to New York City quite often. So France has some of the greatest museums in the world. And I'm not kidding you. I wish France, it would be, if I could go to any place and see the actual exhibit in order, I would choose the Great Pyramid, number one, before, when they still allowed you to walk up the Great Pyramid in the 70s, and inside the Great Pyramid, I would choose Russia, number two, because Russia has as much culture as the rest of the world combined, and Europe, plus the Tartarian Empire is somewhere in Europe that you can get to from Russia, and the Tartarian Empire is the oldest empire in the world. The Tartarian Empire are the people that have run this world, the remnant society of the people that have run this world. They built the Empire State Building. They built all the castles. They built the Vatican. Their architects were the people that designed. The Tartarian Empire has castles that you people have never seen, and they're removing all those videos from YouTube. The Tartarian Empire. They have castles bigger than Buckingham Palace and more exquisite than Buckingham Palace that were once able to be seen on YouTube. Those are all gone, because no one knows who built the Tartarian castles. No one knows how old they are, but they date back to the Dark Ages, and there's no records for 500 years during the Dark Ages. That's why they call them the Dark Ages. But the Tartarian Empire, it was a whole country inside the country of Europe. We could look that up as soon as I bring this back down to scale and I get over to my chat. I got to get down to my chat. I got to bring this back down to 90. Okay, I got to exit out of there. Let's go back up here. We'll Google the Tartarian Empire so that you people will see that everything that you ever learned about history is a lie. Everything. Who built the Vatican? Who built all the castles in Europe? It's all a lie. All of it. All of it. None of it is real. Not a single bit of it is real. The Tartarian Empire. Let's go to my comment section and then...
This is the latest anti-blue light reading glasses.
Quiet.
You can see far...
Only France could build the Eiffel Tower. Coming from a man, a surveyor, he would know. Jim Alver would know. Scott Del Fuego says, time for a stream from the mighty Michael FAZIO on the ground and showing the local culture and the people of the Philippines, baby. DNC estimates France will be back on by Tuesday. I don't know about that. So let's open up a new YouTube page and let's Google Tartarian Empire. The Great Tartarian Empire. T-A-R-T-A. Why are we not getting it? T-A-R-T-A-R-I-A-N. Tartarian Empire Technology. Tartarian builders, old world builders. Tartarian technology. And then there are 100 videos with videos of the Tartarian Empire, and there are hundreds more that are completely gone off the internet. Okay, so here is the country Tartaria. And this is a video. Let me get this video up for you on the screen. Naturally, I put all of these links in my I put it in the description box, and I also put it in the chat. So I'm going to put this in the chat. You guys really want to check out one of the biggest secrets on earth. The Tartarian Empire probably dates back to before the pyramids for sure, because the technology to build the pyramids is also part of the technology, the level of technology that you would need to build the Tartarian Empire structures. That's true. So let's go back over here. Let's go to the Tartarian. All right, so there is no greater controversy in saying that the internet is full of strange beliefs and theories. Now, you can click this link that I put in the description box and go and see castles that are bigger than Buckingham Palace that you've never seen on the internet before. This is one of them. Okay, I don't spend a lot of time on the Tartarian stuff. I did at one time, but nobody's interested in this. Look at the technology here. This technology is 600 years old for buildings like this. 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000 plus years old. Inside the Tartarian Empire is a conspiracy theory, but it gives us something to say about building longevity. Our community support for Patron. So these buildings, let's just open this up for a moment. See, it shows you the pyramids. In this particular video, they are saying the conspiracy theory is whoever put the Sphinx 29,000 years ago, whoever built the Sphinx is the same technology that built the pyramids and is the descendants of these beings that I have always said rule the world. These beings built the Sphinx, they built the pyramids, and they built the Tartarian Empire. They built the Empire State Building. They built the Chrysler Building. That's factual. That can be traced back to architects and Tartarian technology. So I want to get the link. I want to get the link to this podcast up here. Then I want to. This is just one podcast of 69 about the Tartarian Empire. So let's get this link up before I lose the internet, because that's going to happen any minute now. Let's go back over to the aloe DeWinter. Hey, Dennis. Dennis was on that last live stream, made a comment, and the comment was deleted within 2 seconds. France does not want Dennis Adam on their webpage. That's true. So now, getting back over to this. The Tartarian Empire, it shows you in this video all the different technologies that were used in this particular technology is about air conditioning without power. That the air flows up from the floor, from the cool air, up and then out through the eaves on the window. These videos are full of technology that existed thousands of years ago. And this is the Tartarian Empire. This is one building in Tartaria, which was a country almost as big as France and Germany combined. Let's look up the Tartarian Empire map. Let's look it up. I got that in my live stream, right? Yeah, I got that. Okay. Did I? Yeah, I did. Tartarian. Okay. Now let's look up Tartarian. Let's look up the word Tartarian. Let's get rid of that. Tartarian Empire. Map. Now you're going to see something that you've never seen before in your life, most of you people. So it's a country about the size of France and Germany combined, and it's on a map. Here it is right here. It's on this map. What is the truth about Tartaria? A theory you've never heard of. A theory you've never heard of. Because you people believe that somehow some guy in 1930 decided to build the Empire State Building and just designed it? No, it wasn't just some guy. It was a guy who had studied and is a descendant from the people from the country of Tartaria. So if we were to expand this by opening up this window here up to 250%, you would see, let's open it up to 500%. We lost it. Okay. Tartarian Empire in Europe takes up a large swath of Europe. So you would have to look this up. We can look in the video itself. Remember now, I'm going to lose the internet in about 5 minutes. I have to exit out of this. Let's open up that video. This one, why are maps lying? Why the quest for perfect map continues. Let's just go to the Tartarian Empire video. This is a different link. But now, this video is going to show you the Tartarian Empire. Now, and oh, I can't go back. I should have stopped it. Okay, let's just start it over again. This video, look, you see, this is a map of Europe. This is the Grand Tartaria. Since this video came out, Tartaria has shrunk down to about 1/3 of what this is. And other parts of Europe have encroached on the territory, but nothing has changed in Tartaria. The castles are still there. There are castles bigger than Buckingham Palace with more stonework than the Vatican, more stonework than Buckingham Palace, more stonework than the Great Pyramid, more stonework, more precise, and more stonework that cannot even to this day be duplicated with the stone that they used. They used a stone that was 10 on the Rockwell hardness test. So diamonds are 10. They used a stone that is number 9 on the Rockwell hardness test. And then they cut the stone to a 1/16 of an inch thick and made flowers out of the stone. We can't do that. Well, with lasers, we could do some of the work, but we could not reproduce the flowers that are on the architecture of the Tartarian Empire buildings. So there are staircases that are 15 feet wide with posts. And on top of the posts, it looks like a pineapple. And on top of the pineapple are the leaves. Those leaves are a 1/16 of an inch thick and 10 inches high. They were made in the 1400s or before, 700, 800, 900 years old, and they're still intact. Those castles are empty for the most part. They're guarded, but they're empty, and you're not allowed to go see them. You're not allowed to go make videos of them anymore. You're not allowed to even know about it, and they've removed 90% of all the videos they ever had on the Tartarian Empire. Louis Pagan Ponce. It ain't natural when you walk into the Catholic Church. That's true. Louis Pagan Ponce says, France blocked Dennis Adam. That's right. France, the country of France, saw fit to see my friend Dennis Adam blocked. They don't like my friends, France. I don't know why. Louis Pagan Ponce says, Roman, Greek, pagan, Louis and I have to do a special on I wanted to do it this week, but didn't happen. We're going to do a special on enlightenment and Jesus Christ. Roman, Greek, pagan deity temples were converted to Catholic. That's right. And renamed the gods to saints. Notice the eerie, heavy, almost creepy environment. Churches creep me out. I got to tell you, that's the truth. When you walk into a Catholic church, it's not natural. It's truly unholy. And nowhere do you feel the energy more. When I went into St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York City during the renovation, you could feel an energy. And if you were sensitive to the energy, you would know it was an unholy alliance. That's true. In fact, I've gone to the St. Patrick's Cathedral for Christmas Mass. Oh, I did that in 1976 or 1977. And I walked in to the to the St. Patrick's Cathedral, and it was packed. It was packed. So I had a standing room only, and I walk in, and naturally I'm following the rules. I'm not talking or anything like that. And I stand behind a girl with long black hair. Oh, and she's got a beautiful black dress and a very nice figure. And I'm not looking at her per se, but I was looking at her a little bit. So she turns around and she goes, "Hello, Michael, how are you?" So who was she? Janet. Her name was Janet. And who was she? She was Joe Savino's girlfriend, probably for 5 or 6 years. Joe Savino was 5 years older than us. Janet was about 3 years older than our group. I was friends with Joe Savino's younger sister, who married my friend Joe, Dr. Joe. No need to put names on the screen, but I was friends with her. So her and I grew up together. Although she was 3 years younger than me, I dated her girlfriend when they were 17 and I was 21. So the Savino girl that I knew was Joe's younger sister, and Janet was Joe's girlfriend, but they had broke up. So we went and we watched the Mass, and then we went. There was a restaurant. It still might, it probably is still open in New York City. I believe it was the Green Lantern. The Green Lantern. It had never closed since the day it opened in the 20s or 30s. If they did renovation, they shut down half the restaurant. I believe it was the Green Lantern. It was open 24/7, 7 days a week. At that time, 50 years. So it was midnight Mass. Mass ended at whatever time it did, 1 o'clock. We talked for a while. It was a nice Christmas Eve. It wasn't cold. And we decided to go out for breakfast. So we went, and that was downtown, somewhere downtown, 20th Street, maybe 1st Avenue, 2nd Avenue. I don't remember. I could look it up. I'm going to look it up. Let's look it up. Steve says, I always thought I felt like I was walking into a vampire movie. Tartarians are Thank you, Steve. Tartarians are descendants of the ancient Hebrew, the Israelites, dating back to Moses and before the Great Pyramids. Yes, I agree. I agree 100%. Let's look up. Thank you, Louis. I agree that they date back to the time of Moses and long before that, because I always said there was a civilization that has run this world for hundreds of thousands of years, millions of years. Green Lantern, Lantern, New York. Look at this. Oh, that's Tavern on the Green. Green Lantern Restaurant. How do you spell restaurant? Restaurant, right? Green Lantern Restaurant, New York City. Hours. Let's look up hours. Let's take a look. New York City hours. Now that, I think that was the name of it, but I'm not sure. Let's click enter. Here it is. Here it is. No, that's not it. Here it is, right here. Okay, let's take a look at Green Lantern restaurants. Oh, there's a lot of listings. This may not be it. There's one on 13th Street, Mount Vernon Square. That can't be it. Green Lantern Restaurant, New York City with reviews. Let's try that. No, I don't remember. 14th Street. No, that's Hoboken, New Jersey. Okay, that's not it. State Street. No. we're not going to find us. I may have the wrong name. Okay, Green Lantern Restaurant menu. Let's go here. Oldest restaurant. Green Lantern Restaurant, oldest restaurant. Let's click that. The 8 oldest restaurants in New York City, missing Green Lantern. Okay. Well, that was, I'm pretty sure that was the name of it. But anyway, that was a place that we would get out of the Ritz nightclub where I actually met Prince and played backgammon with him. The real Prince. The one who made the song 1999. I know you people don't believe anything I say, but who cares what you believe? If I say it, it's true. Prince unfortunately died, so we can't confirm the meeting, but Prince used to walk the streets of New York City yelling, I'm going to be the most famous musician in history, and he was. But anyway, the Green Lantern, we went, if that was the name of the restaurant, I'm pretty sure it was, we used to go there. No other place. Christmas Eve. Christmas Day. I remember I dated a girl from 79th Street and First Avenue, 303 East 79th Street. It was one door away from the bank on the corner of 79th and First, 303 East 79th Street. I remember that girl. Now, I'll prove to you that my memory is good. Let's look up on YouTube 303 East 79th Street, and you're going to see that there's a big bank on the corner. Because I don't have to lie to you people. Other people have to say that Michael Fazio is not telling the truth. It's 303 EAST 79th Street and First Avenue. Okay, let's look up 303 East 79th Street. So the girl that I dated, her name was Gina. Then I dated her mother. After I dated Gina. Okay, so let's 303 East. It's in Lenox Hill, they call it now. Luxury renovated apartments. And let's look at the, let's just go right here. There should be a big Columbia Savings and Loan map on the corner. Let's look this up right here. That's not it. It's on East 79th Street. Okay, First Avenue. Maybe, they probably renovated everything in New York, but First Avenue, 79th Street. Let's take a look. 77th Street, 79th Street, 79th and First. The bank is gone. First Avenue, small business accounting. The bank is gone. Well, that was the 70s. But anyway, that's where I brought Gina. Christmas Day. And that's where I brought Janet. And that's where I brought Gina's mother on New Year's Eve, because after I dated the daughter, the mother said to me, my daughter is a little bit young for you. But she let me stay in her apartment for Christmas week. I didn't stay there the whole week, but I stayed there for a few days. Then she decided that she wanted to date me, the mother. And the mother was only about 38 or 40 years old. Mother was really way cool. And she was rich to live at 303 East 79th Street. that was a very expensive complex. And that was where my friend Norm Tolson, who taught me meditation and Buddhism and Hatha Yoga and the philosophy of Zen and all the Eastern philosophies, he lived at 303 East 79th Street. There was a 3-step walk up. Walked up the steps. You looked out to a grassy area through glass windows. Norm was first apartment on the left, with 3 steps down to the grass and tree area inside the middle of the building was hollowed out. Way, way, way expensive place. Way expensive. One of the most expensive places up in that area, because it had the inside of the building was hollowed out and it had its own little park in there. So we used to do meditation out in the park. But anyway, well, maybe this is a picture of it right here. Let's look. I can't see. It's a major, major complex. No, I'm not seeing what I want to see. I'm not seeing the bank. No, that's East 83rd. It doesn't even matter. That's the wrong building. All right. Well, anyway, it was 303 East 79th Street. And right next to it was a Columbia Savings and Loan or Columbia Bank, or it was a big bank with a big clock over the bank. Anyway, that's where you would go on if you wanted to have a meal, and they made good food. It wasn't like that was some dumpy little. It was a dumpy little place. It was nothing fancy. It was the original tables from the 1920s, wooden tables, paper napkins, but great food. Hamburgers. Oh, you know how I like cheeseburgers. Louis Pagan Pond. So let's get back to. We're going to get blocked. Well, we should have a blackout any minute now. But the bottom line is, France never deleted their channel. You didn't hear it from me first, because apparently the great John Blaze, and if you're not a Blazer, I suggest let's get John Blaze's channel up here. Let's get the link and get the link in my description box. If you're not a Blazer, and it took a certain country a very, very long time to figure out what the word Blazer meant. Now, it's no longer John Blaze Philippines. It's John Blaze TV. But let's go here. John Blaze Philippines. Let's click that. And then this is John Blaze TV now. So let's get John Blaze TV. Let's get the link for John Blaze's channel. If you're not a Blazer and you want to see a real helicopter pilot that does YouTube videos, he flies a Chinook helicopter, dual rotor Chinook. It's a $30 million machine. And what he does is he fights forest fires. That's why he calls himself a Blazer, because his job description is to fight forest fires. Right now he's on active duty in California in a holding tank, waiting to see if his services are needed, and he's getting paid round the clock, where he will stay at that facility round the clock for his contract bid, whatever that may be. So let's get John Blaze's link up there. Let's put that up there 3 times. If you're not a Blazer, please become a Blazer. And then that would be up to you. But John Blaze is an actual helicopter pilot. I think that far supersedes a Michael Fazio scooter video, or a France video of France, I'm quitting. France is quitting the internet. France has had it with the NATO demands, and Francis had it with Angela Merkel, and that's crazy stuff. So if there's no more questions, I've been on for about an hour now. I'm going to end this stream. I don't really have much else to say, other than the fact that today I'm going to get fresh calamansi. Oh, you know what? I didn't drink any water. I got water here. I don't have much. I got to get a... I chew the seeds. Because inside the seeds is calamansi meat. It almost tastes like a pistachio nut, believe it or not. It's the same color as a pistachio nut. They're green. No. Close. Hey, I want to thank everybody once again. Last week, I had a great day filled with love and admiration for the Michael FAZIO Alpha Male Construction video page. Whereas, let's take a look. I haven't looked. I don't check my analytics every 25 minutes to see what day. Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. There's people on YouTube that check their analytics 3 times a day to see if their money meter moved. That is just amazing. So let's go to... I'm not even going to tell you how I get there. Okay, so... wow! Look at this. Wow, that's hard to believe. This month's earnings, channel analytics for, here's my channel, Alpha Male Construction. This month we got 14,000 views, 4,900 more than average. So I got almost 5,000 views more this month than average. This month, watch hours were 254 watch hours more than usual. My usual watch hours are 1,000 to 1,800, right there at the top there. And I will show you how the analytics page works for those of you who are not savvy in how analytics works. So here is you hover over this 4,900 more than usual. Then you look up here. Views, 14,000. Typical, 6,000 to 9,000 views. But this month, 14. Okay? Channel views compared to your typical performance over time. This can help you spot good video uploads. Now, then you click down here. You hover. 254 more watch hours. So this month I got 2,000 watch hours. Normal is 1,500 to 1,800 watch hours. 254 more than normal. Subscribers, 39 plus subscribers, legitimate subscribers, 20 more than usual. And I don't buy my subscribers, but France has been accused of buying subscribers to the tune of 17,000 subscribers in 5 months. Well, I don't believe that, but that's what France has been accused of. Why would the country of France buy subscribers? Now, for YouTube earnings, if you can see that number, YouTube earnings, $463, thanks to my most generous subscribers like John Blaze, Scott Del Fuego, Jim Alva, Mick Fisher, Dennis Adam, Lotto Retirement, The list goes on and on. Mike Hunt, Mike Hunt did not. Mike Hunt did not donate to the channel, but Mike Hunt has pushed the thumbs up. There were lots of people, but anyway, over the course of this month, the earnings were, in fact, $463. And that is an increase in earnings of let's see, 142% more than the annual earning. But however, you have to understand that this is from Super Chat. If you go down here and look at revenue, if you go to revenue, I hate educating people on YouTube because you people have all of these charts at your fingers touch. So here, let's look at the chart. On average, here, look, on average down here, on this day, there was 82 cents worth of AdSense, not 82 pesos. On this day, there was 91 cents. On this day over here, for all the videos I have, 6,000 videos, I earned 95. And on this day, I earned 42 cents on September 17th from my AdSense. Then someone gave me a $5 donation where I earned $4.31. And then on this day, after YouTube took their 30% cut, the original amount was $303. After YouTube's cut, it was $209. That's what will go into my bank account 2 days ago. So I want to thank everybody for helping my channel grow, subscriber-wise, and also a large part of my channel's growth. Nikko! Baby, when you get here, we're going to kill it together, Nikko. I actually hope that we do get to meet one another. Aside from my dissertation on the truth bombs that I sent you, I would like to still meet you. I'd still like to break my fast and go to the Lobach River with Mick Fisher, Michael Hunt, and Yads. That'd be cool, as long as we keep politics out of it. Because if politics comes up, I have no way to control my feelings. My emotions will run wild. So we're going to have to make that agreement. So Nikko's experience is in the house. Let's get Nikko's channel up on, let's get rid of the John Blaze channel. Well, let's look at the John Blaze channel for a moment. This is the John Blaze channel. He has shorts. Let's look at his shorts. And on his shorts should be, yeah, okay, this is John Blaze right here fighting forest fires. And this is John Blaze making an 8,000 kilo dump of water on a forest fire. Okay, that's John Blaze's channel. What we need to do now is we need to go to Nikko's channel. Nikko's channel would be, to go to Nikko's channel, we would push this button and we will go to the channel. We'll get Nikko's channel up here. You guys need to subscribe to Nikko's channel for 2 reasons. One, Nikko is a good man when it comes to treating his family like they deserve to be treated. Okay, that's true. That's not any kind of made-up nonsense. Nikko loves his mom. He loves his daughter. He loves his grandchild. He's always taking them somewhere, always putting in the time to make the family happy. He also cooks and cleans and takes them to Home Depot. He lives in Florida. He has shorts, many of places that he's been. He has videos of beaches in Hawaii, his new lawnmower. Now, this picture of Nikko here, when Nikko comes to the Philippines, you're not going to see this haircut. What you're going to see on Nikko's head when he comes to the Philippines. See that haircut there? He looks like a woman. Well, actually, that's Nikko's mom. But Nikko has a ponytail like his mom. Nikko is going to have... Hello, Mom. Tell your mom I said hello, Nikko. Hello, Mrs. Nikko. Nikko's mom has this haircut here, right? Okay. So Nikko's mom has this haircut here. Well, when Nikko has his hair in a ponytail, Nikko looks just like his mom. But Nikko is going to come to the Philippines. He's going to put the flat earth map on his head with beads, little plastic beads. He has his head done up in dreadlocks, and he has his haircut looks like the flat earth map of the Antarctic. That's true. I would not lie to you about that. So we want to get Nikko, what we want to do is get Nikko 1,000 subscribers, beads. Okay, that's John Blazer's channel. We want to get Nikko 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours before he gets to the Philippines so he can do live streams from the Philippines. And let's get Nikko on my page. Let's put Nikko above John Blaze because Nikko is coming to the Philippines before John Blaze. Let's get Nikko, and all this information, all these links will be in the description box. We got to save that. So did you say hello to your mom for me, Nikko? She's such a sweet lady, Nikko's mom. Okay, so that's this month's earnings and the last 28 days. Okay, so we can move on to that. Again, this is Nikko's channel. He has videos of beaches where he lives. I still think you should go to the Ron John Surf Shop and do a video at the Ron John Surf Shop because that place is always empty. Every Ron John I was ever in Cocoa Beach, in Palm Beach, every Ron John Surf Shop I was ever in was the biggest building I ever saw, empty. I don't know how they pay the rent, but there's also Ron John's in California, I think in Hawaii. So this is Nikko's channel. He's got a really nice truck. He does food videos. And he has his hair. He's going to have his hair done up with the flat earth map on his head with beads. So here's Nikko in Colombia. World traveler Nikko is. Certainly more than me, that's for sure. He's been to the Philippines. He's been to Colombia. He speaks the language in Colombia. And here is Nikko. This is one of Nikko's favorite. Look at this. Nikko takes a video of the restrooms. That's I have a restroom video too. Look at this. In Tokyo. Tokyo Terminal. Nikko takes a picture of how clean Tokyo's terminal is. I love bathroom videos. You don't want to see my bathroom videos of the Philippines, though. That you don't want to see. I make videos of the bathrooms in the Philippines because never in my life. I think there's a place in Saudi Arabia, not Saudi Arabia, somewhere in that part of the world. You aim for the hole. Philippines is right one step above that. Hey, okay, Nikko, appreciates the love. So you want to get Nikko up to 1,000 subs, but Nikko, you got to start making videos, a lot of videos. You really got to start making videos. Just make a video of anything. Make a video of Popeye's scooter. Just make the video. This video belongs to Florida's #1 vlogger, Popeye 1. And then just put something in the title. Popeye 1, a veteran, a friend, a blogger, a comedian. Just put something like that. Just make 10 videos of his electric bike, a motorcycle. Just make anything. They love stupid stuff on YouTube. They'll eat that stuff up. Popeye 1 got a new scooter. It's new to them. It doesn't have to be new this week. Popeye 1 on his scooter. And take a picture of Popeye 1 from the back of Popeye 1. Do anything. Just put Popeye 1 in the title. People are going to go for that. Popeye 1, YouTube's #1 comedy blogger. Popeye 1 buys electric e-bike for $800 US. Popeye 1, his battery died on his electric bike, and then take a picture of the back of Popeye 1 pushing the scooter, just looking like he's walking, pushing the scooter. Popeye 1's battery died. What should we do? Where is there a charging? Some silly stuff like that. Dude, you got to start making videos. Nikko says, I actually just stood up from the couch. Big doings. You are no longer a couch potato. My daughter just got home from having mom time, even sushi, and I was babysit while listening to your show. Okay, well, thank you for that. Did you remember to push the thumbs up button? So, FAZIO, I promise I will work on it. Give you my word. I have just been balanced. My mother being here, my daughter getting her things together. You got to start making... Use Popeye 1. Popeye 1, make 20 videos of Popeye 1. You don't have to post them all in one day. Just post them to your channel. Popeye 1's battery died. Popeye 1 pushes his e-bike 3 miles to a charging station. Popeye 1, world's greatest Florida vlogger. You don't have to tell the truth. You don't have to tell the truth. France has been on YouTube for almost, well, since Popeye 1 in the year 2000, France has been on YouTube. When did Popeye first get on YouTube? In 2000, right? Popeye 1, vlogging YouTube since the year 2000. Put it on there. They'll bite. Popeye 1, abusing people in comedic uploads. Popeye 1, world's greatest comedian. Popeye 1, Popeye 1, Popeye 1, Popeye 1. Popeye 1 them people, Nikko. Get those views. Use his name. Use his name. Use his name. Use his thumbnails. I'm sure he'll let you do that. Popeye 1. And then what you could do is you could black screen, put a nice black rag over your screen, and then do a live stream saying, with the black screen like this. This on the black, this is Popeye 1's house, and black screen it and put it in the title. I'm going to go to Popeye 1's house, and then just show the curb. Not the house, just show the curb or the sidewalk or the grass. This is Popeye 1's grass. This is Popeye 1. This is where Popeye lives, and put your finger over the thumbnail. And then don't show them the house. Silly stuff like that will get you views. Nikko exposing Popeye 1's real location, and walk right up to the house and show the curb. Or don't walk up to the house and show the curb in front of your house. Who's going to know the difference? Nobody. But use Popeye 1's name till you wear it out. Use Popeye 1. Use Popeye 1. Take a can of corn out of your kitchen cabinet. You have corn in your cabinet. I'm sure you do. take a can of corn out of your kitchen cabinet and put it on the curb and say Popeye One gets his weekly corn delivery curbside corn delivery. Just stupid stuff like that. You got to do this. You're not getting anywhere the way you're doing it. So anyway, that's what I got to say about that. Let me go back to my home page. Yeah, Popeye One, fresh corn delivery. Or put an ear of corn. Better yet, get a fresh ear of corn. I gotta go to the market and get like a couple of stalks of corn and peel one back. Popeye One gets fresh curb corn delivery. Fresh corn delivery to curbside daily. Put the corn on your curb. And then go in and cook it up. And think about me while you're eating food. Because if you come to the Philippines on November 23rd or 1st, that would be 100 days from my diet. I will have lost all the weight I'm going to lose, and then I'm going to eat at the 100-day mark. One way or another, I'm going to eat. I'm going to have something to eat. Yesterday, I got real weak. Yesterday, I got home from not eating for 41 days. I put this pack here, which weighs about, oh man, hold on a second. This weighs about 4 pounds. My drone kit with the phone, about 4 pounds. Then I had 2 liters of water, which is 4 more pounds. That's 8 pounds. I had my backpack, which weighs about 1 pound, and that's 9 pounds. I had my bag, that's 10 pounds. But inside my bag, I have bandages for my leg, and I have a towel, toilet paper, and tape. Toilet paper in case I have to hit a tree somewhere. And I had about 11 pounds, and I decided to walk, to go get a load. I walked 2 miles there and back. So, most of the way back. So I was tired. When I got home, I could barely stand. I could barely walk. In fact, on the way home, I had to sit down for the first time in a long time where I had to sit down and rest. I walked a mile to Poblacion, no sitting down. I tried to get my load at the first stand, no load. I went into 7-Eleven. I got the load from the kiosk. Then I walked back up further into Poblacion to 3 fresh fruit and vegetable markets, but it was Friday afternoon. They don't get fresh fruit till Saturday morning or Friday night. I'm not sure. But nobody had fresh calamansi. So that was an additional 1,000 feet. It's 4,500 feet. It's 5,500 feet to 7-Eleven. It's 1,000 feet more to the market. Nobody had fresh calamansi. It's 1,000 feet more to the church. That's 7,000 feet. 5,000, 7,000 feet. And then I decided to walk home, but then I got tired. So I walked about 800 feet, and then I flagged down a hobble. And I took the hobble. But I was really tired. When I got home, when I got off the hobble, exhaustion set in to the point where it was hard to walk. It was actually hard to walk. And I had to actually lean up against a tree. When the hobble driver dropped me off, I had to lean up against the tree and take a rest. I haven't eaten in 41 days. No food, taking an 11-pound pack and walking 2+ miles. And up and down it's up this hill, up a hill in Poblacion. It's up an 18-foot incline from sea level up, I think that's 18 or 19 feet. I was tired yesterday. Let's look at the chat. I hope the spinach cans and corn cans video will be made. Oh, there's no reason. Jim Alver. But please, no videos of Popeye's freshly picked corn. LOL says Steve. Steve has his finger on the pulse. So let's go back here and... why am I here? Why does this video show up? Why is that showing up? I don't understand how that... I understand how that's showing up. That was from a previous video. Okay, that was from the 20-minute mark. Let's catch up to Nikko's channel. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everybody for the great amount of super chat that you've helped me out with, which is at the 20-minute mark here. Right there, 463 US dollars in earnings after YouTube took their cut. So for that, I will give you a free bell. Free bells. Nikko says, with the walking and the diet, to me, you're doing awesome. The heat. Well, yes, the heat plays a factor. And also what played a factor for me to start walking home was, that's a lot, 2 miles. Well, you got to remember, I'm also old. That's a fact. So when I walked, okay, so why did I walk? Well, I walked there for exercise. And then nobody had a load. Then I got a load at 7-Eleven. Then I walked to Poblation proper. That was 1,000 feet. But it's 1,000 feet to Poblation, but it's 1,000 feet you have to walk around the block. So that's a full 8,000 feet. And then I went into the market in Poblation. And I said, look, let me explain this to you. Here, look at the screen for a minute. Let me explain calamansi to you. Let's just keep that up on the board. Estimated, that's an exact amount. That's not estimate. It could be 1 cent off when they calculate something, but typically if that's what it says, that would be what it is. So let me get a calamansi and show you what a calamansi is supposed to look like and what an old calamansi looks like. I don't have any old. I have one that's almost. Yeah, I do. Okay. Okay. So, calamansi is supposed to be green. Green. Calamansi is supposed to be green. Well, we thank you for being FAZIO. Well, I don't know, but I'm going to give you, I'm pretty sure that we're all going to have a good time, actually. So let me show you, thank you, Nikko. Let me show you what a calamansi is supposed to look like. See this? It's starting to turn yellow, right? Not supposed to be yellow. It's supposed to be deep green, like that. That is the color of a fresh calamansi. That color right there. This is the color of a calamansi that is six days old, yellow. This is the color of a calamansi that is also 6 days old, but it didn't turn yet. But when it looks like this, it's full. The seeds have already started to proliferate. When it looks like this, the seeds are there, but they're small. In here, the seeds are big. Okay? So, in this one, the green one, so when you go to the market, I said to the lady in the market, and I went to 3 stops in the Poblation market. Now, you got to remember, it was Friday. It was already 3:30 in the No, actually it was 4:30. And I said to the lady, do you have fresh calamansi? Yes, sir. Well, no, you heard the word fresh, right? They sell fruit and vegetables, right? Fresh means fresh, right? Even a person that speaks Visaya knows what the word fresh means. Okay, that fresh is fresh. Fresh is like today. So she shows me calamansi that look like that. Yellow. I said, no, ma'am. Those are 6 days old. And they were yellow. They were not even like this. This is the yellowest part of this calamansi was what all of them look like, or more bright yellow, sun yellow. Looked like I was looking at the sun. So I said, those are fresh? Yes, sir. How many pesos are they? Now, normally I pay for fresh calamansi up the corner of my block or in the city, 50 pesos, $1 a kilo. So she says, sir, only 100 pesos. That's $2. $2 for calamansi that has already turned to seed. So I said, okay, no thank you. Because they want to try to sell their calamansi. That's understandable. So she says to me, sir, we have more fresh calamansi over here. So she shows me a basket where all the calamansi were this color and some yellow, like that, some yellow. Okay, so I don't want those. I said, ma'am, those calamansi are 4 days old. No, sir, today. Well, you may have gotten them today, but okay, no thank you. So now a man yells at me from across. He knows what's going on. We have fresh calamansi, sir. So I walk over to the, I'll read the comment in a minute, Nikko. I walk over to his stand, and he shows me a basket of calamansi. And they are, in fact, green, like that. Not green, not green, but green, like that. They see the yellow in there? They were green like that. So I said, okay, I will take 1 kilo. And I start to put them in the basket. I said, the woman gives me the basket. I said, pila? She says, only 120 per kilo. Well, that's 130% more than what I'm not used to paying. And I have calamansi in the refrigerator from last Friday. That's still fresh. I have 9 pieces. So I really don't need calamansi. So I said, okay, no, thank you. I was going to go into the city to get, but it was 4:30. And I said, if I go into the city, I won't be home till 8 o'clock. I don't want to be home at 8 o'clock. I like to be in bed by 8 o'clock. So I said, no, thank you. I will wait till tomorrow. And you get, sir, only 100 pesos. We will sell. I said, ma'am, I really don't want. Those are already old. I will wait till tomorrow and get fresh. Sir, 80 pesos, my best price. Very nice. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. So she started out at 120. She took 40 pesos off, and 80 pesos is a good price. For calamansi in Poblacion, that's a good price. But they were not fresh. So it's an okay price, but it's still a good price. If you want calamansi, if you're having fish, you need calamansi. So let me show you what I do with these old calamansi. I take care of this, like France took care of their channel. Let's read Nikko's comment. Nikko says, Fazio, I really appreciate you showing that right now, because I was actually talking to my daughter, and she was asking me what that was, and it was a learning point for her. She didn't know. Hey, well, thank you, Nikko. I'm glad I could help. Did you tell your mom I said hello? That's more important than a calamansi. Big J. Smith, Michael Fazio is an Italian prince, better than the singer Prince. Oh, God, he's been watching by a long shot. We call him Miss Dr. Michael Prince. He knows. We got to get that comment in sight. He knows his fruit plus a whole lot more. Yeah, baby. I know fruit and vegetables. I worked in a restaurant for many years. 3 years. 5 months I worked in the Big Bow Wow in Joe's Pizzeria. 5 months. I quit the afternoon of the 4th of July. It was, I was just not happy. We worked Thursday, Friday night after school. I would take the bus. Instead of taking the bus home, I would take the bus to the restaurant. And I would clean the square Sicilian pie trays. I would scrape the cheese out of the trays. After I finished scraping the trays, then I would grease them and put them in a rack behind the pizza ovens. And that room is where I would scrape them and grease them. So there was a rack. There was a table to scrape and grease, and then there was a rack above the table for about 30 trays. Then I would do the round trays. I just wipe those off with a stiff rag, a burlap bag, and then some soap and water, and then rinse those. There was a slop sink. The square trays we did not wash. We did not wash those. We just scraped them and greased them. So I did Thursday. I would get out of school at 4:30, 12th period, because we had 12 periods a day in my senior year and my junior year. I would get out of school, take the Q60 to Woodhaven Boulevard from Long Island City. Then I would take the Q11 to Pitkin Avenue on Woodhaven Boulevard. And then I would get off the Q11 and take the bus to Rockaway. I forgot the number, bus to Rockaway, but it was not, it might have been the Q10, but it went to Rockaway. Then I would get off at the pizzeria and I would get into my pizza clothes, the white clothes, and I would scrape trays for probably an hour, grease them, then wash the other trays. Probably 2 hours I would clean. Then I would clean the floor, scrape the floor, sweep the floor. And that was my job. That's what I did. It wasn't like that was a surprise. That was my job. Then after I swept the floor, then I would wash my hands, of course. Then I was on ice cream sales where you took a scooper with the thing, the wedge. I sold ice cream and I opened up clams for the clam orders because Friday there's a lot of clams sold. Thursday not so much, but Saturday and Sunday lots of clams. I might open up 100 dozen clams, which is 1,200 clams. That I might only open clams for 4 hours. And then I would open them up, baked clams. Clams on the half shell would be opened on demand, but then I would open up enough clams to make 50 dozen clams, open them up, put them on a tray, a big tray, one of the pizza trays, and then I put breadcrumbs on them, and the breadcrumbs I would pre-mix with garlic, oregano, parsley, salt, and pepper, and I'd put the breadcrumbs, you mixed it up in a paste like type of operation. We put an olive oil, real olive oil, and it would come out like a paste, and I would make like 50 dozen orders of baked clams and put those on trays. But one big tray that might hold 40 clams, the clams are only this big, 40 clams by 20 clams, you'd have 800, 600 clams on a tray. Small ones, but the bigger ones, the bigger clams were more money. The small baked clams were like $1.75, and the big baked clams were like $3.50. So it depended on what size they wanted, small or large. Then I would make clams, and I would do ice cream. That's all I would do. I didn't make pizza. I think I made maybe, they said you want to try making a pizza pie, but it looked more like a football. So I was never a pizza man. I know how to make pizza when I was done in the pizza business, how to fling a pie, but not at Joe's. So my job was shucking clams, putting breadcrumbs on clams, and dishing out ice cream, which was the best job in the whole of all. So now I would do that until about 8 o'clock at night, and then at 8 o'clock at night I would make the dough. I didn't make the dough. No, I did make the dough. I made the dough balls. Joe would come in at about 7 o'clock at night. Little Joe, his name was, Little Joe. Little Joe owned Joe's Pizza in the Big Bow Wow. You could look that up. And they called him Little because he was only about 5'3". So Joe would come in and make the dough, and we would take that dough. We had a dough machine on site in the back, though. It was in the back. It was in the Bow Wow storage room, the dough machine. And the Bow Wow used it to make pastries also. Somehow they worked that out. So then, after Joe made the dough, we would put it on a tray, and me and him would carry it to where you make the pizza. And John, Big John was the pie man, Big John. He was a big guy, too. And we would plop that piece of dough or cut it in half and plop it down on the table. And then we took the scale and we made 1.2 pound pieces of dough. And if the dough was a little light, you just took a little piece and stuck it on there like you do with dough. And then on that, then we would put 8 of those on a tray. Eight plops. Then we would put them underneath the pizza making station. Underneath was another set of racks, not heated, not cold, just racks. And that is where the dough would rise. Then when the dough was risen, we would take those trays out and put them in the refrigerator in the back again where the Bow Wow had their equipment. We had also part of the refrigerator. But why do I say the ice cream and the shucking of the clams was the best part? Number one, if you were shucking clams, you were shucking clams in the back room. And if you liked clams, there was always horseradish for the people that bought the clams. If you liked clams, there was always hot sauce for the people that bought the clams. And you could shuck all the clams. Clams came in bushels. No one knew how many clams were in the bushels. You could eat all the clams you want. Come on. Those were the most expensive item on the menu. 350 pesos for a dozen clams. Baked clams. Regular clams were like $2.75. So I ate thousands of clams while I made the clams. I was the king of clams. So that was a great job. And the ice cream job was even better because if you liked ice cream, you could have all the ice cream you wanted. And pizza was free. Pizza was free. Veal cutlet parmesan was free. Chicken cutlet parmesan was free. Not really, but when Joe wasn't there, sandwiches were free. Pizza with anchovies, no problem. Pizza with sausages, no problem. That was free. That was allowed. But when Joe wasn't there, we busted out the Italian bread for veal cutlet. So it was a great job. But on the 4th of July, my mom was having a party for about 150 people. And I wanted to go. I worked from March, the beginning of March, to the 4th of July with the understanding that on the 4th of July, I was going to have that day off. And that day, the Big Bow Wow was a weekend. The Big Bow Wow was packed, slammed. Nobody could get in the Bow Wow. The cars were parked 10 deep in the street, 2 deep in the street. The parking lot was full. Nobody could get in the Bow Wow. And I came in at 9 o'clock in the morning to do prep work. That I agreed to. But I wanted the afternoon off. And I said to Joe, it's 3 o'clock. I told my mother no, you can't leave. I said, but we I was 14, so this is 1969. I said, but we agreed I would have off this day. No, you can't leave. I took off my apron and I left. And then I went back next week for my pay. I says, I quit. You can't. I quit. We had an agreement. I'm going home I'm going to be home for my mother's throwing a party for 150 people, barbecue on the 4th of July. It's our family get together. I'm going home. No, yeah, okay, watch this. I took off my apron. I went in the back. I got my clothes, and I kept the pizzeria gear because I ran home. At that time, there used to be a bridge that I knocked down by accident, and that bridge was still up, the bridge between Coast Bay and the Howard Beach. And I ran home. Took me about 6 minutes to get home, and I took a shower because I stunk like pizza, and then I enjoyed the party. I was living high on the hog. So let me show you what I do to these old, bad calamansi. Let me show you what I do to these. See these calamansi? Watch what I do. I take the calamansi. I don't fool around with the calamansi because the calamansi is something you don't want to fool around with. You don't want to fool around with the calamansi. Hold on a minute. Let me see the comments. I love the smell. I had coffee on my lip, fresh coffee. It dripped. Today was a tough day for coffee. I take the calamansi and I manhandle the calamansi because I'm a real man. I've done real man work. I operated cranes and barges and tugboats and backhoes and bobcats and drill rigs. I worked low water man in the Dock Builders Union. I walk steel. I'm a real man. I manhandle this calamansi from here, and then I consume it like a man. All right. A lot of seeds in this one. Done. One seed. I manhandled that calamansi down into the tombs. It's on the record. Now, the last thing I ate was a calamansi yesterday. I did have one calamansi yesterday. And I had the pulp of about 3 more calamansis. I'm trying to limit myself. So that will be my food consumption for the next 24 hours. And I'll do it again, just for the heck of it. Because I'm a real man. Real men can do real man things, like diet. So if you've seen the pictures, you see the results of water fasting. You've seen all of this. There's no reason to prove anything. I could tell you that I lost, now at this point, 10.5 inches off my waist in 42 days. You got to remember, I still weigh 226 pounds. I'm not thin. I'm not thin at all. But 226 is a whole lot better than 268. So what are we talking about? 268 from 226. We're talking about 46 pounds loss. 226. We're talking about 40 plus pounds in 42 days. But also, with the walking, I'm building up a little bit of muscle. I'm ready. I'm ready to take a challenge. I'm ready for that challenge right now. I'm ready. I could, tomorrow, 2 days from now was my birthday. I could actually jump on a boat and go have a hamburger. I was even thinking about that. If I knew for a fact that hamburger place would be open and I could do the challenge that day, I would do it. Just for the heck of it. Just for kicks. Take my word for it. That's going to happen. FAZIO, Jim Alva. I accidentally knocked down a bridge. Oh, it was only a $2 million bridge, Jim. Well, no big deal. I have the newspaper article and I have the story, but I still don't tell that story. It was an accident. The hacksaw slipped. The bridge fell. Story is that some children were seen playing near the bridge before it collapsed. Then there was no bridge. But it was only $2 million to replace it, and then they decided not to replace it because they didn't have a budget. It was an accident. I tell you, it was an accident. So, moving on. I have always been that way, says Nikko. You're worried means something. You're worried means something. And if nobody lives by that, your word means something. If no one lives by that word, I don't live by them. I live by people's words in actions, and you did the right thing. Thank you, Nikko. Sorry for the misspellings. Nikko says, I really believe you live off someone's words integrity, and many people don't do that. I don't. Man, when I find, there's going to be a conflict in Bahal sooner or later of someone who lied about something, but somebody's on vacation. But when they get back from vacation, there's going to be a conflict. I can't tell you what that's about. I had somebody lie about me, even though there's video proof and witnesses of other than the fact that the lies never occurred. So I can't address it now, but maybe sometime in the future I will address it. Someone lied about something, about what I did or said, and made it appear. And I got an email saying what happened, and I told them what happened. And they said, well, that's not the story I heard. And when you get back here, I'll walk you over to where the event occurred, and you can interview the witnesses yourself. So that's going to happen. So now the person that lied, he tried to say something to me a few weeks ago. Look, dude, no reason for me and you to have a conversation at all. There's no reason for you and I to talk. In fact, there's never going to be a reason for you and I to talk. For you to make up such a story and not be able to prove it, and to think that third party was going to believe it. They're not going to believe that about me. When they get back from vacation, we're going to go talk to the witnesses. And that person will never be part of my life again, ever. Because they lied about something that they did to make me look like the bad guy and take the blame for something they did. I said, I didn't do that. Now, was it a big deal? No, but it was a lie. Did it hurt me in any way? Absolutely not. But it was a lie. And the man is old enough to know better. And then when he tried to apologize, there's no reason for that. There's no reason for you and I to talk. It's okay. Just go about your business. I'll go about my business. In fact, I had that happen twice to me. One man was supposed to help me move some things around that I couldn't move right after my operation. And I agreed to meet him at 7 o'clock in the morning. I could see his house before the big bamboo fence went up to block the back. I could see his house, and he didn't show up. That was back in May. He didn't show up. And he didn't call, and he didn't text me. And I didn't see him until last Tuesday or Wednesday when I was in the city, when I went to the hospital. And he walks up to me and says, hey, Mike, how you doing? Guapo. I said, oh, whoa, stop right there. You were supposed to help me move some heavy stuff. 2 days. I hired you for 2 days. You asked me for a deposit. I said, when you get when you worked, when you helped me, because I had the operation, I wasn't even allowed to pick up a water bottle. You didn't show up. You didn't call. You didn't come by. You live 100 feet away from me. Michael, we had a problem. I said, I don't want to hear about the problem. I don't even want to hear about the problem. All you had to do was walk 68, 70 feet to my house and say, Michael, I'm not coming to work today. That's all you had to do. It's not complicated. And now from June, July, August, September, 5 months later, I see him in the street, walking down the streets of Tagbilaran. You know what he wanted? He wanted to, Michael, I don't want to hear about it. I'm not interested. You didn't show up. How many days did I give you free electric to charge your boat battery? How many days did I charge up 2 or 3 cell phones and your battery operated lights for your boat so you could go fishing? 34 days, right? Yes. I says, did I ever ask you for money? No. He goes, but Michael, can I borrow 100 pesos? He wanted money. No. And I walked away. I refuse to let people lie to me or not show up for work and tell me before they're supposed to show. I'm out there at 7 o'clock in the morning waiting for this guy so I don't have to make him wait. And he doesn't even show up. I refuse to have anything to do with people like that. Nikko says, I like the calamansi with water. Oh, it's great, the calamansi with water. That is a good way to do it. The skin is even healthier. Hey, Mick Fisher. Boy, he always gets a free bang. Because Mick Fisher, he's a banging type of guy. He was gonna bang Mick Fisher. He was gonna bang it out in Cebu. Banging on the bells of the Cebu church bell. Mick Fisher was gonna ring a bell, ring a bell, ring a ding ding. Mick Fisher was gonna make a ring a ding ding. Hey Mick, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, that'd be great. As long as we keep the politics of YouTube out of it, I'm looking forward to meeting all you people. Thank you, phone. Those braids must be heavy. FAZIO, I'm not a skinny guy. I'm working on it at 275, 6 feet, slowly coming down. You're doing great. Well, thanks, Nikko. Well, I'm going to tell you, Nikko, after 4 days, the hunger goes away. Now, will I get hunger pangs from the calamansi? No, I won't. Will I get some nutrients out of the skin? 44 calories of nutrients. If you want to call that breaking the fast, well, then I broke my fast. And I'm on certain websites that are not open to the public. And I told the owner of the website that I eat the calamansi. He goes, yeah, that's good. He don't care. I told the doctor, my doctor, sometimes I have a calamansi. He goes, that's okay. Yeah, is it less than 100 calories? I said, it's 44 calories with the skin. He goes, the doctor says, you eat the skin? I said, yes, sir. He just looked at me. He had no words. He don't eat the skin. Anyway, I eat the skin. Because the skin is, Nikko said it, my skin looks healthy. Thanks, Nikko. Nikko says, blessings to Mick Fisher. ¿Cómo está, bro? Says Mick Fisher. Mick, they're okay this time. He's talking about his braids. Dennis Adams says, I've been munching. Let's read the comments together. Let's do that. Dennis Adams says, I've been munching on sliced hard salami. Oh, come on, Dennis. You're killing me here. I've been munching on sliced hard salami and farmer's cheese rolled up together. I eat a half a pound of this stuff at a time. Oh, man. Man, I'm going to block you. You got blocked on Francis' channel. Now I think I'm blocking you. That's cold, Dennis. Is it? Well, I'll tell you what, Dennis. I'll tell you what. If you promise, you want to know how to have that hard salami with the cheese on it? Look at me, Dennis. Look at me. Look at me. You take the hard salami thin. You want to be able to see through it, almost, or see through it. You want to take that salami and you want to put it on a tray in your toaster oven. Toaster oven tray. Okay? And you want to put the tray on the top shelf and you want to put the cheese on top of the salami, but not right away. You want to put the toaster oven on broil. You want to broil the salami till it starts to bubble a little bit, and that will make the oil come out of the salami. Then you want to open it up, take the tray out, and put the cheese on top of the warm, hot salami, the hot salami, and put it back in the toaster oven and brown that cheese. Then the oil from the cheese will come out and drip off the salami. And then you want a little bit of salt, a little bit of mayonnaise to dip it. Roll it up, then you roll it up. And you dip it in the salt and the mayonnaise. You'll be fatter than me in no time at all. You eat that, I could eat 2 pounds of that a day. I could eat 3 pounds of that a day. Like that, I could eat a 3-pound salami. I used to go every 45 minutes. I'd make a fresh load of salami and cheese. Same way that I just said. Broil the salami, drain the oil off the pan, put the cheese on top, broil the cheese till it browns, drain the pan, take the pan and put it on a platter, and then I would just roll it up and dip it in mayonnaise and salt. But I was working every day. Go ahead, do it, Dennis. Come on. Show us the increase in weight by volume, by size. Show us how I can no longer walk up steps because of Michael's salami and cheese recipe. I no longer wish to walk to my car. I cannot even get off my couch. I have become a couch. Go ahead, do it. You will like that flavor. Hot salami broiled just before it starts to broil, bake, and bubble. It takes the oil out of it. And the oil is what prevents you from tasting the flavor. The peppercorns, the salt, the spices, the fenouil, if there's fenouil in a good salami, sometimes there's fenouil or licorice. That's the oil prevents you. When you broil that salami, the oil comes off and goes in the platter. And then you drain it off, and there's going to be a lot of oil. Because I'm going to tell you something about hard salami. It's 40% fat. So you are taking 25% of that fat out of it. Now you can taste. Now, if you really want to go one step further, take the salami after it's broiled with the cheese on it and put it on a paper towel and get the oil off the bottom of the salami. Because that prevents the taste buds from tasting. You'll be bigger than your house in 6 months, I assure you. But you'll be a happy salami and cheese eater, which is completely different than eating crow, because France is now eating crow because they blocked you. FAZIO, we are all alike. And Nikko means all his friends are alike. Thank you. Dennis, they are something else. I don't know where that comment came in, but yes. Okay, thank you, Dennis. So that's what you want to do, Dennis. You want to eat hard salami broiled to the point of almost bubbling. Put the cheese on it, brown the cheese, drain the oil, put it on a paper towel or even a paper bag or a piece of cardboard. You can put a napkin on top of the cardboard so that the salami never touches the cardboard but stays on a clean napkin. Oh, you want to do that, Dennis. You're going to do that. You're going to do that, and then you're going to show us how your waistline looks in 6 weeks. You want to do that every day. You want to do it 3, 4, 5 times. Once you get the oil out of the salami and cheese, you're going to want to do this 3 or 4 times, 5 times, 6 times a day. You're not going to eat anything else. You need to go out and get 2 quarts of Hellmann's mayonnaise to start off this experience. My grandfather, 85, says B.J. Smith, passed away in July of 2022. Not blood by marriage. To my real grandmother, 58 years. I love the Italian dialect. I was raised on Italian roots. I get it. Live long, Albert Thomas Adams. So that's a quote from Albert. Hey, your grandfather and your grandmother were together for 58 years. You got to thank the gods for that, B.J. Smith, and thank you for sharing. Married for 58 years. Wow, that's... One time I went out with a girl for 58 months, more than that even. That was, actually went out with my daughter's mother for 17 years, but that don't count. That don't count. So, 17 years. That was a long time. And she wanted to get married. And I said, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to ruin this perfect relationship that we have. Yeah, that was a perfect relationship. Yes, indeed, that was a perfect relationship. God, that was really... I miss the good old days. Oh, yeah. So, let's get back to the topic at hand. France did not quit YouTube, but I'm going to get off this live stream now. I want to thank everybody for showing up. Flying Circus just pops in. And remember, Flying Circus had a milestone in YouTube history when he donated to the Nanai Super Chat Fund along with Mick Fisher and dozens of about 17 people. Flying Circus had a moment. I don't know, Bottle Baby. I don't know. I wouldn't know if that's true or not. I actually wouldn't know. I don't know anything about Thailand. I don't know. I know nothing about Thailand. I know that when I looked up, does Thailand have accessibility to live near the ocean? I wouldn't be able to afford those places. And then does Thailand have accessibility near the ocean to have reef swimming and reef diving from the beach? The answer was pretty much no. And where there was that option, prices were too high. And the Philippines had lots of venues for Alona Beach, where I live now, Dragon Head Beach. There's lots of reefs. There's some out by Anda. There was like 3 places in Bohol alone. And there's like 6 reefs, 8 reefs. Well, you could get to 3 of them by land, but 4 of them you have to go by boat. But I wouldn't know anything about Thailand. Nikko says, keep killing it, brother. Thank you. Saying hello to Circus. Hello, Nikko. No, Dennis. No. No. Yes. You have to eat it every day. When you do it my way, you will eat it every day my way. Bottle Baby, you're welcome. I will block you if I find out 3 weeks from now you haven't consumed a 21-day supply of salami and cheese. You could very well be. I'm going to give you 21 days to get with the program. And then after that, I'm giving you 21 more. And 21 more after that. You're going to get 63 days to get with the program. And if that doesn't work, then I'm going to flip a coin. And if the coin lands on the edge of the coin, then you're getting blocked. But not until 63 days are over and I flip the coin and the coin lands on the edge of the coin. Other than that, I don't see a way to legally block you. I am not France. France blocks people. Look what happened to France. Let me show you what happened to France. Look what happened to France. Look, see, let's take a look. Let's take a look. As they say in the Philippines, let's take a look. France decided to block everybody, right? They did, right? And then everybody, instead of visiting France, they came over to Alpha Male Construction, and they donated their funds to Alpha Male Construction to the tune of $463.84 in the last 28 days. So because France saw fit to block Dennis Adam, the next day there was a $303.84. $303.84 was a donations that came in. They were pounding down the donations because France blocked Dennis Adam. Why would I block Dennis Adam? Where would my donations go to if I blocked Dennis Adam? That would be a negative on my channel. That would be a black mark on my channel. France got reprimanded properly to the tune of $463.84. Most of that came in one day. I would never block the Dennis Adam. That ain't never going to happen. But unless that coin lands on the edge, then you're going to get blocked after 63 days of requests. So I don't think you have much to worry about, Dennis Adam. You've been one of my best friends for the longest period of YouTube history that I've been on. You've been among Scott and Lewis, Jack Thompson. Jack Thompson is, oh, wait, I got to make a request. I got to make a request. This is a serious request. Okay, let me get back to the page here. I'm going to make a request. The request is LaRue Segrest. LaRue Segrest, are you watching this video now? No, I'll take your wrench away so you can't block yourself. No, don't do that. LaRue Segrest, are you watching the video now? Well, all right, so I am getting your notifications. I want to come over and I'm going to super chat LaRue Segrest some of my wealth. My wealth that was given to me, because she's the sweetest lady on YouTube. It won't be much, but it'll be something. LaRue is just one of the sweetest ladies on YouTube. I don't watch her videos. I like her. So I'm going to pass on some of this super chat that you see here. Some of this $463. I'm going to give her a little bit. And maybe another blogger a little bit. So thank you, everybody. So you won't see it because only 2 people go to LaRue's live streams. But she does have super chat. And she gets so excited. It would be worth watching the excitement. That's going to happen. All right, then. She's not here. Well, thanks for watching. Thank you for watching. Thanks for watching. Now you know that France watched the beginning of my video. France did not delete their channel, did not can 17,400 subscribers that France earned. Legitimate earned subscribers. France has 6,782 videos on France's channel, all hidden. France made 6,782 worthwhile videos that they hid from the public over the course of 7 years. Thousands and thousands and thousands of great videos were made by France and hidden sometimes minutes, seconds, hours, days later. 6,782 videos France has on their channel that's hidden. How do I know this? Well, because France was showing his statistics one day, because France couldn't figure out how the super chat buttons, how the YouTube earning analytics didn't work, how he couldn't figure out how the analytics work, and he accidentally exposed the page that said this channel has 6,782 videos. So France has now denied us the privilege of seeing 6,783 videos with the link I put in the description box and showed you in the beginning of my video. And France has, in theory, prevented us from 6,783 videos of pure YouTube entertainment, enjoyment, laughs and giggles and whatnot. France, we want France. Viva France. Viva la viva France. I don't know the exact saying. La viva, viva la viva, viva France. And the only thing I can say 2 words in the French language. I know a little bit about a little different languages. Cendrier, cendrier. Polyhog, no, polyhog. How is cendrier? Pass the cendrier, please. What is a cendrier? Is an ashtray. I forgot the exact thing. Then I know a word phrase. Est-ce que vous mangez-moi? Will you eat with me? Will you eat with me? Est-ce que vous mangez-moi? Will you eat dinner with me? Est-ce que vous mangez-moi? Cendrier. Viva la France. I don't know much more than that. And Fabienne Bedard, oh God, the stories I could tell you about Fabienne. What a good girl she was. She was my daughter's mother's best friend. We were good friends back then. You could have friends in America. It's not like living in the Philippines. You could have friends here, but there's no commonalities. What could I talk about? Yesterday I spoke with a woman in 7-Eleven. I will tell you another story. You guys are watching. I'm storytelling. I'm in there. I'm in the 7-Eleven. I do the load thing with the phone. I sit down at the table to check to make sure the load went through because it's not my Samsung phone. It's my drone phone. So I sit down at the table and a very nice lady. We said hello to each other mutually. And she goes, sir, how long have you been in the Philippines? I said, Napolo. Napolo means 10 years. Ah, yeah? Yes. Do you like my country? I said, there are certain aspects, she spoke English. I said, there are certain aspects of the Philippines that are very nice. What do you like about my country, sir? So I said, well, I like the water is clean. The beaches are clean. The ocean water going past Bohol is clean. And the water is warm all year. Ah, yes, it's warm all year. So, okay, so we talked about that. She goes, what else do you like? I said, well, I like the idea that it's very inexpensive to live here. What else do you like? What do you not like? I said, well, I don't like what Philippines is doing to you people that live here. What do you mean, sir? I said, well, for instance, are you a scuba diver? No, but my sister's husband is a scuba diver. I says, and does he go scuba diving? No, sir. Why doesn't he go scuba diving? Because he cannot afford to go scuba diving. Because scuba diving now is $70, 3,500 pesos for one trip, 2 tanks, 4 hours. Well, 3,500 pesos is a Filipino's monthly salary. And that's if they don't spend it on anything else. So the Philippines has taken away the wonderful privilege of being able to dive. If you're a Filipino working class citizen, you cannot afford a month's salary. If you make 500 pesos a day for labor, that's 2,500 pesos a week. That's 10,000 pesos a month. Okay? You have to pay for your own food and your own transportation, and you have family. How do you come up with 3,000 pesos? How do you come up with 35% of that money to go diving for 1 4-hour trip? Feasibility, you could do it, probably, but that money should be saved for medical and dental and hospital care, or clothes for school or for the children. They don't have the average Filipino worker. So the lady says, my sister's husband cannot afford to go diving anymore because it's 3,500 pesos. I said, that's what I don't like about your country. For your people, you can no longer afford to do things in your own country. That's true. They have priced out Filipino, where when I went to the Bellevue and I paid $21 or $22 for a buffet breakfast, if a Filipino wanted to take his wife out, a working class Filipino, for a day out, a day adventure, that's 2,200 pesos. That's 22% of their monthly salary. They cannot, for one meal. They could take that 22% of their salary and buy food for the month for a family of 4. The Philippines has priced out the Philippines' ability to buy food. Yes, 7-Eleven in the Philippines has the kiosks that are in the title, where you can buy a load, you can pay an online internet bill like Globe or Smart, you can send money with GCash, all from one little machine. I'll show you the machine. I have a picture of it, I think. I'll take a look. We got to go back to my videos, my content. I think I have a video. Yeah, all right, here it is. All right. Let's open the video up and expand it. I'll show it to you. Okay, we got commercials. That's a good thing. I don't know that I made that public. Yeah, I did. Okay. All right, so here is, hold on a second. To the fella that asked me. This is, all right, let's see, what was your name? What happened to the video? Oh boy, okay. This video is unavailable. Let's go to my channel. Let's go to my live stream. Let's go to the chat. So Bottle Baby asked, is it the 7-Eleven in the Philippines? I'm sure that 7-Eleven has the same in America. So here is what the kiosk looks like. We can play the video. It's my video. But this is what it looks like. It has something rewards, bill payment. So you could pay bills for water, electricity, cable, TV, mobile, internet, and loans on this bill payment button here, right here. This is bill payments at the top. Well, second one down. I can't read the first one. Oh, this is some bank account. Okay, so bill payments, 200 plus bill payment options, 200. So water payments to any water company in the Philippines, electricity to any electrical company. There are several cable companies. Then you have the load. You go to the load. I'm going to show you how to do that. Then there's something called e-pens. Then there's Padala, which is Palawan Express. You can send money. You can send money by pushing this button here. By pushing this button here, you can send money to anywhere in the Philippines. And you push this button, then you put in the receiver's name and phone number, then you put in the amount, and then you press enter and you'll get a receipt. Proceed to checkout, then you get a receipt. Then you take that receipt, you bring it over to the cash register, and you give it to the guy at the cash register. Now, some of these kiosks have the ability to put the money in the machine. I don't remember if this one has that. Some have the ability, some don't. The older ones do not, the newer ones do. So let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this video. Push the load button. Push the load button. Load. What? Boom. Then it gives you the options. Gives you all loads, globe loads, touch mobile, cherry prepaid phone, smart TNT, smart retailer load, smart broadband, which is internet, or PLDT internet. Okay, now you go. Now, how long am I doing that? 10 seconds, and we got to that page, right? Now, if 10 more seconds, you press smart. Smart, boom. Press it again. You got to press hard. Now it gives you the options for smart 99 gigaload, smart regular load, which is valid for 1 year. And you could use it 2 pesos a day or 3 pesos a week or no pesos this month and then 500 pesos next month, or 300 pesos for the year, or weekly loads. Okay? Now, the next step is real simple. You just press this again. Press 99. I'm going to press the 99 button. I'm going to press the 99 button. I did that. Then the next thing you do is press next, and it pops out a piece of paper at the bottom of the machine, and then the paper tells you that you owe 99 pesos. The paper shows that you owe 99 pesos. You bring the paper over to the cash register, and you give the cashier the paper and 99 pesos, and then he puts something, I guess he can see the machine from his cash register, and I gave him the money, he pushed the button, and my phone rang with the load in it. So it's about 30 seconds on the machine, and then 25 or 30 seconds at the cash register, and you're done. Whereas if you go to an internet shop, it could take a few minutes or even 10 minutes. If they're not getting an internet signal, then you could wait there for an hour. But the kiosk in 7-Eleven has a hard wire to the main office of Cebu or Manila. I have no idea where the wire goes. I wanted to rip up the street and follow that wire to the origination point, but I don't have a backhoe with a chipping hammer, and I don't have permits. But I wanted to find out where that wire went personally, so I would be able to tell you for sure. But I didn't do that. I would, for you, I would do that. All right, I'm definitely done now. Start getting rid of these channels here. Oh yeah, there is something else. My PayPal. Let me show you my PayPal. If you want to donate and not have any complications, you can donate to my PayPal, On Time Backhoe. You could donate 5, 10, 20, or other. Donate with PayPal. I'm going to put the link in the description box now. If you feel spunky. Nikko, we're closing you out. aloe DeWinter. I'll put the PayPal. The PayPal is also, it's named On Time Backhoe. On Time Backhoe. This is my American PayPal, but it's good here in the Philippines. Let's click that. It's also pinned to the top of the page. I think I'm going to get a Cash App like John Blaze has also. I think that, let's take a look. I think it was, let's pin one anyway. What the heck? Let's just pin this. Okay, message is pinned to the top of the page. If you feel spunky and you don't like that number, $463, and you want to round it off to 800, don't let me stop you. Don't let me stop you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Remember, France, Vive la France. Vive la France has 6,782 videos on their channel. They took those videos away from your viewing pleasure. Hopefully one day France will be back. All right, BJ Smith, thank you. Umping Permi from the Philippines, baby. And of course, Umping Permi means take care always. Bye-bye for now. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. That's right. Oy vey and shalom from the Philippines, baby. Bye-bye for now. Oy vey, where's the button? There's the button. Button, 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 gone.